Okay.
Beautiful. Everything is good.
Oops. Here's my spill, Sal.
Did you eat anything at all then?
No, I just thought it was close.
It was too early to eat.
Yeah. Well, you eat breakfast in the morning too?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a bagel.
What about nighttime? You eat a lot?
Wait, hold on. Dad, you have to put on your seatbelt. Can you get your seatbelt on, Dad? Hold on. There we go. Remember when we were young, you never thought of a seatbelt,
There
right?
wasn't no local seat belts.
There wasn't no seatbelt.
There
Right,
wasn't no car seats either.
right. How'd you take us home from the hospital?
In my lap. Daddy drove in the lap.
Yeah.
So, Dad, did you invent the calzone?
Well, that's what we did, son.
He invented, you know what he invented?
What?
The salad pizza.
He was the first one?
Yeah, the first part I did, salad pizza. We started all. I started all, even the gourmet part. We started with the cheese,
Right,
and then we started putting pepperoni on a slice. The
right.
guy buy, hey, I'll take that pepperoni slice. Then we put sausage in. Well, that's how we started.
Uh-huh.
Then I said, oh, I'm going to put in broccoli, eggplant, chicken, and that's how we start doing that.
Bitch.
This is on this side here. It's right here.
This is it? Oh,
Yeah.
If there's ever been a guy on a mission, it's me, comedian and cooking fanatic Sal Governale. Each week I travel around with just my toaster oven, showing people how to make big meals in small places.
Hey guys, can I get 1 second? I just want to say something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. Every time I see dough, it reminds me of when I was a kid with my dad. Like people say, like, why do you love to cook so much? It really brings me back to a simpler time in my life when I was a little boy with my father. He used to bring me to the pizza place. He used to sit me on the big bags of flour. I used to watch my father roll the dough. I'm getting like emotional here. I used to watch my father cut the cheese and mix the sauce. And he used to let me grind the tomatoes. He taught me how to roll dough, how to tighten it on the bottom. He taught me how to mix sauce. He used to bring me in the front. And I just it was such a great time in my life. And every time that I cook, or even now, like I'm looking at this dough, it brings me back to that time. So people go, Sal, why do you love to cook? I love to cook because it brought me back to one of the greatest times in my life. And it's nice. I'm sorry, you know. Wow, I wasn't expecting this. Very emotional. So with that in mind, woo! Okay. Clear the field, fix my makeup. All right, so with that, I want to bring out my dad. Dad, come on out.
Hey,
And we're going to make something little special.
hey, sir.
How are you? Okay. My father probably just called me a fairy for crying back there. No. Anyway, when I was a kid, one thing that my dad used to make in the pizza place, I remember you making this, was calzones.
Calzone, yeah.
And he used to make it with
Ricotta, sausage, mozzarella cheese.
Right. And as I grew older and I have children of my own, they love hot dogs, I love hot dogs. I'm always thinking, how can we incorporate your old school with the new school?
Right.
And this I call a hot dog truck calzone. So it's your calzones from the old days, Dad, with a new twist. And that's what we're gonna make today.
All right, good.
Hot dog truck calzones. So what we'll do is, first we'll start with the dough that we purchased at the supermarket. We rolled it out on a piece of parchment paper so it won't stick. Then you add 2 hot dogs, Dad, which I cut into 4s. So there's 1. And then we have 2, all right? So we have the hot dogs. And then, Dad, can you add a little bit of sauerkraut on top?
Okay.
So we add some sauerkraut on top, just enough to coat it on top there. This would be like, this is kind of like our version of ricotta. It's the sauerkraut. And we put that on there.
Loosen it up a little bit.
Yep, loosen it up. And one more spoon in there. We don't need to go crazy with it. And from the sauerkraut, which I love, Dad, add the chili, the same way you did with the sauerkraut. Then we're gonna add chili on top of that. And these are all my favorite ingredients from the hot dog truck. So we have the sauerkraut, we have the hot dogs, we have the chili, then just 2 pieces of cheese. Now, Dad, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make the calzone. So show us, be careful. Okay, so now my father's gonna make the calzone. So you take the dough from one end, and there you go, fold it over. And then he's gonna take the other end, and we're gonna cut the ends too like you used to do, right? Remember? There we go. Wow.
See?
That's beautiful.
Now you tuck this in.
Right.
Okay.
And tell me where to cut that.
All right.
Cut right
You'll
there?
Cut it right here.
All right, so we'll cut right here. And we'll
And piece over here.
right. And save the dough, by the way, right,
Yeah.
Dad? You save the dough.
Yeah, you make the garlic nuts out of that.
That's what you do. You make garlic knots. That's how we save money in the pizza place. My dad would take this
Okay.
extra dough and make a, look, now he's crimping
Now
this up.
you put a little hole in it.
Right.
You get the air out. That's
Okay. And then,
a little egg wash.
right.
Beautiful.
It's a nice little egg wash on top.
Okay.
And from there, we'll slide it. It's on parchment paper, so we'll slide it in the pan. We'll put it on the pan.
Right into
There's
the
a
oven.
pan. And then we're gonna put in the toaster oven, 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. After about 10 to 12 minutes, when you see the top golden brown, flip it over for what, another 5 or 6 minutes. This way,
Yeah, just 5 or 6 minutes.
let it cook all the way through. And we're gonna have a hot dog truck calzone with Papa Governale. Mean.
Minchia.
All right, so Dad, it's been about 20 minutes. Look at this. We did 15 minutes on one side. We flipped it and flipped it back. Wow, look at that. Hot dog truck calzone with Papa Governale. This
right.
looks amazing. So let it cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, cut it open and enjoy.
Yeah, that's it.
And you can dunk it in what, Dad?
And the sauce,
Mustard,
mustard,
ketchup,
whatever.
barbecue sauce, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hot dog truck calzone with Daddy Governale. You guys have to try this. It is delicious.
Out of this world.
All right, Dad, when I say big meals, you go small places, like at the highest voice you can, right? Hey everybody, it's Sal Governale with Papa Governale. We're here at Big Meals.
Small places.
And today we're making
Hot dog.
truck
Truck
cal.
Calzone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mike Bochetti's not your son, is he, Dad? I love this guy.